In New York City, at the height of holiday shopping, police are investigating a stabbing at Manhattan's famous Macy's store. NYPD says the victim was visiting with her family from California and changing her 10-month-old baby when she was attacked from behind. Here's ABC's Aaron Katursky.
The victim sustained multiple stab wounds and lacerations to her back and arm. She's stable now at the hospital. The seemingly unprovoked attack happened in the women's bathroom on the 7th floor of the iconic department store. The NYPD arrested a Carrie Ahern of Massachusetts. She's now charged with attempted murder, assault, and criminal possession of a weapon. Macy's said in a statement, customer and employee safety is our top priority.
The baby, authorities say, was not injured. New research showing that the overall rate of nicotine vaping among young people is falling, but minors who are still vaping are becoming more addicted. Here's ABC's Jim Ryan.
About 1.6 million middle and high school students use e-cigarettes, according to the CDC, an encouraging decline in the past 6 years. But separate research from USC's Keck School of Medicine finds that daily use has risen dramatically over the same period, that a growing number of teens are picking up a vape pen within 5 minutes of waking up.
In Gaza, Palestinians trying to recover from the devastation of the Israel-Hamas war and Israeli strikes are sheltering in low-lying areas and in tents and dealing with severe storms. Reports of at least 12 dead due to heavy rains, and more people are displaced. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
You deserve a chair that works as hard as you do. X-Chair. X-Chair ergonomic seating is built to move with you. DVL technology adapts to support your lumbar. SiFloat Infinite Recline lets you lean back and relax. X-Chair gives you all-day comfort and productivity. Save up to 50% during the X-Chair holiday sale. But hurry, inventory is limited. Visit xchair.com and save up to 50% today. That's xchair.com.
News Talk 610 AM and 102.1 FM. KVNU.
4:05 now on this Friday afternoon as we're inching closer to the weekend. And we'll feel right with your local headlines just ahead of KVNU's For the People show. Well, St. John's Episcopal Church is seeking volunteers and donations to provide a warm, safe gathering place for unhoused residents on Christmas Day. Services will run from 8 a.m. to 6:30, and while not an official operation of the William A. Bernard Warming Center, the center is assisting the church in facilitating the holiday effort. Now, organizers said that the goal is to offer warmth, dignity, and connection during a difficult time for those without stable housing. Now, volunteers who must be either 18 or older or accompanied by a legal guardian will help welcome guests, serve refreshments, and also oversee activities including crafts, the Christmas movie, and the distribution of holiday stockings. Now, the church is also seeking donations for treats and stocking stuffers. Community members interested in volunteering for donating supplies can sign up online. And Utah health officials have confirmed that a measles outbreak is continuing to expand across the state, according to Dr. Leisha Nolan, who's the state epidemiologist. Now, she noted that new cases are expected. Now, the highly contagious virus poses the greatest risk to unvaccinated babies, though Nolan said the overall risk for the state remains low. Now, as of earlier this week, Utah had reported 115 cases statewide, with a majority of those being in southern Utah. Now, officials confirmed that a recent school exposure in Wasatch County and a case at the Bingham Copper Kids Child Care Facility in Salt Lake County involving an unvaccinated individual has produced infections over the last several weeks. Now, despite the spread, though, Nolan reported that 90% of Utah's population is vaccinated against measles, and officials say they are seeing a 30% increase in measles vaccinations compared to last year. And a juvenile has been arrested in Heber City after allegedly stealing a vehicle from a local car dealership and then leading police to uncover a cache of stolen property. Now, Heber City police say they responded to a report earlier this month of a GMC truck that had been stolen from the dealership's parking lot on November 28th. Now, using security footage and real-time GPS information coordinated with General Motors' OnStar service, investigators were quickly able to locate the truck in a nearby neighborhood. Now, a citizen tip led officers to identify and locate the juvenile suspect at a Heber City residence. Upon executing a search warrant, police say they recovered a significant amount of suspected stolen property, and it included tools, vehicle parts, and a trailer, connecting the juvenile to multiple theft cases across Utah. Now, that juvenile was taken into custody and transferred to a youth center. Well, we're going to continue to see these sunny skies through the weekend as temperatures have been in the low 50s today. Tonight we'll drop into the low 30s, then be back into the low 50s for tomorrow, Sunday, into Monday. Chance of some clouds coming in on Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's going to bring some possibility of rain and also colder weather. And Bell Sculpt brings you our weather here at the top of the hour. You know, we all have that one spot that no matter how much you diet or hit the gym, it just stays. Whether it's your belly, arms, thighs, wherever it is, Bell Sculpt can help you finally get rid of it. Just go to bellsculpt.fm and sign up for a free consultation. It's bellsculpt.fm. And I'm Will Feelright. I'll have another check of local news coming up at the bottom of the hour as KVNU News Time is now 4:08 and KVNU's For the People shows coming up next.
This Christmas, remember, some of the most meaningful gifts aren't wrapped. They're the gifts we give ourselves. Confidence, change, and truly loving the skin we're in. At Bell Sculpt, we're here to help you step into a new season with health, energy, and self-love. For the holidays, enjoy buy one site, get one free on sculpting and 26% off of all surgery to celebrate the new year. Because the gift of change lasts long after the lights come down. Bell Sculpt, love the skin you're in. Go to bellsculpt.fm to book your free consultation today.
News Talk KVNU, 610 AM and 102.1 FM.
Hi, this is Ashley.
And I'm Robbie with LSS Insurance.
Is it that time? Time to think about retirement, Social Security, and Medicare? We can help.
Join us for our free Medicare and Social Security seminar this Thursday at 7 p.m.
It happens every third Thursday at our office next to the North Walmart. Let us help you make an informed decision for your retirement, Medicare, and Social Security benefits.
Call 752-9493 to RSVP.
And remember,
it happens every third Thursday at LSS Insurance.
There are a few events each year that I just don't look forward to. Tax season, turning a year older, and clearing snow from my driveway. Ugh. That's why I call Edson Snow Removal. They remove snow for business, residential, sidewalks, parking lots, you name it. Call 232-2680. They even add ice melt to keep everything safe and slip-free. Now, I know we haven't had much snow yet, but it's coming. So call now for a free quote, 232-2680. Edson Snow Removal, 232-2680.
Everyone has an estate, but do you have an estate plan? This is Jace Allen, Northern Utah's estate planning attorney. At Allen Law Office, wills and trusts are what we do. If you've been putting it off, now is the time to get it done. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your loved ones, protect your legacy, protect your assets. Start today at cashlegal.com or just search Allen Law Office. Wills and trusts are what we do. Allen Law Office.
KVNU's For the People with Jason Williams and Bill Walter.
And it is Utah known as the fraud capital of the world. Not because we have more people committing fraud, but because we have so many people falling for it.
Going beneath the headlines and connecting you to the newsmakers.
The radio is a great way to get the word out to a lot of people in an emergency. So we thank you for your help and being a partner with us.
For the People on News Talk KVNU, 610 AM, 102.1 FM, online at 610kvnu.com and on the KVNU mobile app.
Welcome to KVNU's For the People. It is a beautiful day in Cache Valley. Honestly, this is, you kind of just not feeling winter, to be honest with you. I mean, it's not summer warm, but 51 degrees here at 4:11 and 4:12 in the afternoon. You can't complain. I'm enjoying it. It is. There are some concerns about this, of course. There is snowpack to worry about, but we're early in the winter, and this isn't unheard of as far as no snow until the end of the year. It's looking like things might get a little more, stormy and cloudy at least into next week, with slight chances of rain. And rain likely next Wednesday, and then that rain possibly turning to a mix of rain and snow with a low Wednesday night next week around 27. So, I mean, there's a chance, but it's not. It really isn't looking likely as far as the whole white Christmas thing. Fingers crossed. It's Utah. Weather can change, but that's kind of what we're looking at, as you heard from Will during the news break there. A quick update for everyone. Heather Crockett joined us on the show a few weeks ago to talk about the opening of the William A. Bernard Warming Center. For those not familiar, this is in its 4th year now, and it is a place for Cache Valley families and individuals, veterans, young children. They've helped so many different types of people, literally just giving them a warm place to stay in the cold winter months if they're experiencing temporary or even chronic homelessness. The website, WAB Warming Center, that's for William A. Bernard Warming Center. William A. Bernard, of course, is the grandfather of one of the founding members. Told us when they launched a few years ago that she chose that name when she first got this project rolling because they found out after his death, a family found out that their grandfather had actually spent a significant amount of time homeless and had managed to kind of hide that from the entire family. And so that inspired her to create the Warming Center. She worked with the folks at the St. John's Church here in Logan as a location. They tried another location the first year and then ended up in St. John's Church and have been there since. They have the full support of Logan City and others. Other nonprofits are also helping them out. But one thing they really need, Crockett told us, is volunteers, because there are rules around something like this. So volunteers have to be trained in a certain way. They do a background check for anyone that's going to be on site as a volunteer, especially overnight. They also have need for volunteers to help with laundry and cleaning supplies, personal hygiene items that they can give to those who come to use the facility as a place to stay. It is a great need that they have. And Heather mentioned when she was with us a few weeks ago that they would be having a volunteer training. When we spoke with Heather, we had just missed their first volunteer training. We spoke on a Monday. Volunteer training had happened the previous Saturday. There is one coming up tomorrow. So this is from 3 to 5 p.m. at St. John's Church. They are asking that you sign up in advance so they have an idea of how many people are coming. And to do that, you just visit the Warming Center website, and that is, again, WAB for William A. Bernard, wabwarmingcenter.org. On the top of the site there, when you open that, there is a link that says Get Involved. And when you click on that, it has a quick description of kind of some of the volunteer needs they have. Then down at the bottom of the page, there's a big Get Started button. You should fill out some pretty simple information. They're using the Bloomerang service, which is credible. Don't worry about putting your information in there. It's also used by the Sundance Film Festival and the Utah State Legislature. So when you click Get Started, it'll take you to the Bloomerang site, and then it asks you to basically create an account and enter some basic personal information, contact information, things like that. And then they will have you recorded as a volunteer who's coming tomorrow. And again, this is 3 to 5 p.m. when this will take place at the St. John's Church, the same location of the Warming Center itself. So a 2-hour training tomorrow afternoon. And now volunteering for the training, Heather told us tomorrow afternoon, does not commit you to any kind of volunteer schedule or any kind of volunteer obligation. They hope that you do. They hope that you sign up as much as you can. But they said they're willing to take even people who have a couple of hours here and there would be a great help to them. So anything you can give, they'd be welcome to. But attending the training tomorrow basically just puts you in the pool of potential volunteers. So Heather told us if you attend the training tomorrow afternoon, again, register in advance at the wabwarmingcenter.org website. Attend the training tomorrow, 3 to 5 p.m. at St. John's Church, and then you'll be officially trained. They'll do the background check, and at that point, you're ready to go. And then at that point, you'll start getting emails with the volunteer needs they have, and you can kind of just sign up for whatever you can. Again, Heather told us this in an interview a few weeks ago. We had a lot of listeners reach out wanting more information, wanting to know how they could sign up. And again, they need all kinds of volunteers, from volunteers that are willing to actually be there at the Warming Center throughout the night, especially on weekends, but they also need volunteers who would be willing to help, drive loads of laundry to the laundromat or bring it back from the laundromat. They also need volunteers to help with, they do drives for hygiene items and other things, games for kids and things like that. And yes, they also want volunteers who sit down and play Go Fish with some of the kids that will be at the Warming Center this winter. In a perfect world, this would not be necessary. You would never have to have a temporary place to stay just to stay warm for you and your family. But we aren't in a perfect world, and this is the reality. And as you remember, when we spoke last with Jess Lucero about the point-in-time survey that they do, what they found here in Cache Valley is that a good portion, the majority for sure, of the homelessness in Cache Valley is coming from our veterans and families with young children who find themselves in unexpected circumstances. Someone loses a job and ends just won't meet, and they've got a new job and a new place lined up, but they find themselves literally homeless for a couple of weeks. That was, Jess told us, one of the more frequent stories they heard, families sleeping in their cars or sleeping on couches in friends and family members' basements for a couple of weeks as they were in between jobs or in between places, oftentimes with small children. Not everyone has that family or those friends that can help them, so they end up just sleeping in the car when the temperatures are mid-20s overnight. So that's what the Warming Center is here for, to make sure that doesn't happen. They are not asking for volunteers to help them find people in need. They've got that covered, working with other nonprofits and even the LDS Church. But they are asking that you volunteer or that you attend the training and then consider, when those volunteer opportunities pop up, signing up for one. So the training is free. The background check is free. All they ask is that you show up tomorrow 3 to 5 p.m. at the St. John's Church for a 2-hour training, and that you fill out some very basic information beforehand through their website. Click on Get Involved at the WABWarmingCenter.org website, and there you have it. Again, we've had a lot of people ask about this since we spoke with Heather here in the studio, and that announcement was thrown out just earlier this week. So just reminding everyone again, they're looking for volunteers, and the next volunteer training event for the William A. Bernard Warming Center is this Saturday, 3 to 5 p.m. Sign up for the training at WABWarmingCenter.org. And then if an opportunity pops up for you to volunteer, an hour here, a couple hours there, stay for a whole night on one of the full shifts, whatever you can do, they'd be glad to have you. So one more time, WABWarmingCenter.org for more information. And we'll be back with more of For the People right after this.
News Talk 610 AM, 102.1 FM, KVNU.
The Light the World giving machines are returning to Cache Valley, and it all kicks off Monday, December 15th at 6 p.m. on Center Street in Logan. Come enjoy an evening of live music, sparkling lights, and holiday fun. Bring your family and friends as we celebrate the true spirit of Christmas, giving, kindness, and community. Come light up the season with us, Monday, December 15th at 6 p.m. on Center Street in Logan. The giving machines will remain in Logan December 15th through the 31st.
It's me, the Grinch, and I've slithered down from Mount Trumpet to Al's Sporting Goods. Their holiday deals are so good, I couldn't steal anything cheaper. Ski goggles just $7.99, Under Armour hoodies $14.99. Humph, how am I supposed to ruin Christmas with prices like that? And listen to this, 75% off select bike helmets, $4.99 beanies, and drinkware deals everywhere. Come see me Monday, December 15th from 4 to 7 p.m. at Al's Sporting Goods, and take advantage of these ridiculous deals. See ya!
When plumbing problems hit, you don't want just anyone in your home. You want a trusted friend with a proven track record. That's why more people are turning to JM Mechanical Plumbing. The same company that's been keeping your home comfortable for decades has a team of plumbing experts for leaks, boilers, water softeners, or water heaters. JM Mechanical Plumbing does it right the first time. Call 563-6267 today and let the trusted experts at JM Mechanical Plumbing take care of your home.
All right, happy Friday, everybody. Here we are once again broadcasting live in Wellsville for the grand opening of Sam Patch Grocer and Sundries, and we're literally right off of the road here, right next to the Maverick, and you got a beautiful facility here, but it's more than just a grocery store, isn't it?
Yeah, we also have a Chevron fuel station out there, and right now Chevron's offering promotions. You get their app and become one of their loyal customers there, and you get 25 cents off a gallon for the first 5 fill-ups on that. And so we've got people here that can help you get signed up on the app that will you can use any credit card you want, any debit card. You don't have to tie it to your bank account. That's something that a lot of the other competitors are doing. And so you can have your airline miles, whatever points that you want on your credit card, your cash back. And all you got to do is pull up underneath the pump. You can pay through that with Apple Pay, with any credit card, just right through your smartphone, and it'll just turn the pump on for you. Just convenient you have. Plus you get the 25 cents off a gallon. And then thereafter you earn points for every gallon, so you can get 5, 10, 15, 20 cents off after that.
Who doesn't want to save 25 cents a gallon on gas for the first 5 fill-ups? That's amazing. Oh, that's a great deal. Now, we've got some food going on here, and we have got the USU basketball players are going to be here, and a whole lot more. We'll tell you more as we continue live for the grand opening of Sam Patch Grocer and Sundries in Wellsville right now.
We're here with Chuck, founder of Dollar Loan Center. So what's the catch on this free week of interest?
If you're a new customer, the first week's interest is on us. It's free to apply, and there's no other fees. So I guess the catch is you got to be a first-time customer. Think of it as a free trial. No matter how much you borrow, if you don't dig it, all you need to do is pay back the principal within a week, and that's it. No interest, no fees. It allows folks to see how much they can save, how much more we lend, and our flexibility for them to pay it back, even if you need up to a year.
Thanks, Chuck. DLC lends up to $5,000 in minutes, and you can get your cash in person at one of our 70 locations, on our website, don'tbebroke.com, or even over the phone with one of our helpful, real staff members. You're gonna love Dollar Loan Center.
Licensed by the Utah Department of Financial Institutions. Subject to approval. Limitations may apply. See website for details.
There's 1,000 words that I could say.
Welcome back to KVN News for the People. Coming up, starting with For the People movie show a bit early again this week. This will officially get us caught up, though, I think. It's amazing how far behind we got with a couple of weeks off. There was Andy was traveling to Europe and then came back, brought something back with him, wasn't feeling well, so we missed a couple of weeks. And that was when a lot was coming out, and so we fell behind. We also have the art cinema season to look forward to. That includes the films that are released, hoping to win some kind of an award for the award season, the Oscars and more. But also the film festival circuit kind of fires up starting in January with the Sundance Film Festival, last one in Utah, by the way. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But it is... it's going to be an interesting time in movies for the next few months. A bit of a slower holiday movie season, and then a bit of a busier awards movie season. So if the snooty awards movies are your thing, Andy's going to kill me for that, but I'm sticking with it. If the snooty awards movies, the art house movies are your thing, you're going to like the next several weeks in movie theaters. So speaking of the temperatures out there, Salt Lake City actually hit a record heat temperature this week. It was obviously, this is all unexpected. The forecast was for much cooler temperatures than we've seen. The long-term forecast was for much cooler temperatures than we've seen. And like I said, it's I wouldn't say it's causing panic about our water situation next year, but it does have a lot of people thinking, ooh, this feels familiar. This is kind of, if you remember how things went heading into 2021 when we experienced what Governor Cox said on paper was the worst drought Utah had seen in more than 70 years. It was just as dry almost the next year, and then the next year we got hammered with snow through the winter and spring rains, and what to make of it all? Well, it was part of a discussion that actually took place, courtesy of Salt Lake City-based meteorologist Julie Cunningham, who works for the National Weather Service. And this morning, she actually started answering some of these questions. She did it's called an account takeover, but she took over, quote unquote, the Instagram account for the National Weather Service here in Utah, based in Salt Lake City. And she just started answering questions. It was really a fun thing to see. There was a complimentary video that went along with it to launch the Q&A, but it kind of ran the gamut. So obviously most of Utah right now in unseasonably warm temperatures, but Salt Lake City yesterday hit a record heat for the date of December 11th. The National Weather Service also said they don't really expect temperatures to drop anytime soon. So what was it? Thursday's high yesterday in Salt Lake City, 62 degrees. And that tied with the December 11th, 1993, as the hottest December 11th on record in Salt Lake City. And then the airport ticked up a degree more and broke the record. So it was a pretty warm day. What's causing all this? Cunningham explained there's a high-pressure system that's kind of sitting to the west, and it's been just kind of circling there for about a week. And what it's causing is basically all of the storms, all of the cooler temperature drops and things like that to just kind of circle around us. And their National Weather Service's 7-day forecast predicts Salt Lake City will reach the 50s every day through at least next Thursday. And, of course, that's not helping the snowpack. United States Department of Agriculture says only 10% of recorded years saw a smaller snowpack than what has accumulated so far this year in the state. So, again, not reason to panic yet on the water situation next summer, but we definitely need something to change, or we will be. So, all right, check it out. I've linked to the whole conversation. Again, this took place on Instagram earlier today. It was really interesting and had some, Cunningham shared some cool visualizations of how meteorologists actually go about these forecasts. Really cool stuff. It was on Instagram. It's a public account. I've linked to it on our own Facebook page, or you can just search for National Weather Service Salt Lake City on Instagram and find the account as well. And enjoy. All right, on the other side, we'll kick off a bit early this week, the For the People movie show with Andy Morgan of AndyAtTheMovies.com joining us in the studio right after this look at the news with KVNU's Will Feel Right.
Well, thank you, Jason. Tyler Robinson, the man charged with aggravated murder of Charlie Kirk, made his first in-person appearance in Utah County Court yesterday for a hearing. Now, 4th District Judge Tony Graff Jr. briefly removed media and the public from the courtroom to discuss information about an October closed hearing. Now, the court also addressed a limited intervention motion filed by media organizations, though the ultimate level of media access in the trial still remains undecided. Now, Robinson, who previously appeared virtually, was allowed to wear civilian clothes to uphold a presumption of innocence. It's a ruling that Judge Graff had previously made. However, due to the extraordinary serious nature of the charges, Robinson was required to wear the least restrictive restraints possible. Now, Robinson is charged with aggravated murder and faces the death penalty if convicted for the shooting of Kirk at Utah Valley University in Orem. Meanwhile, a Roosevelt woman was arrested earlier this week after police alleged that she kicked her 8-year-old son out of the home for not being a team player. Barbara Williford was booked into the Uinta County Jail for an investigation of aggravated child abuse. She is already facing a separate charge of aggravated child abuse for allegedly putting borax in her 14-year-old daughter's water. Now, a sheriff's deputy was called after Bureau of Indian Affairs officers found the boy walking in the middle of the road. The child told police that his mother threw him outside after an argument over electronics and bedtime. Now, Williford admitted to throwing the boy out, telling officers that she said that he was not allowed to live there if he wouldn't be a team player. Now, police noted that the boy was outside in about 40-degree weather in the dark without shoes and wearing a coat that appeared to be too small. And a 32-year-old murder suspect from Colorado was safely taken into custody here in Utah following a brief standoff that happened last night. Eric Douglas was found in a home in Sigurd, a small town near Richfield, by the Sevier County Sheriff's Office and U.S. Marshals. Now, Douglas was wanted in connection with a December 9th shooting of a woman who was found in an Aurora, Colorado parking lot and later died from her critical injuries. Now, authorities confirmed Douglas's location inside the Sigurd residence with 2 other individuals. Now, a cooperative team surrounded the home last night, took Douglas into custody without injury to him or the other residents. Douglas was booked into the Sevier County Jail, where he's expected to be extradited back to Colorado to face charges. Well, it's been another gorgeous afternoon as we've enjoyed temperatures again in the mid-50s. Tonight we'll drop into the low 30s, and then more sunshine coming our way for the weekend as temperatures Saturday and Sunday going to stay right around the low 50s with overnight temperatures right around the low 30s. The first of next week we'll see sunny skies to start out, but then a chance of some rain coming Tuesday and into Wednesday, and that's going to bring some cooler weather. And it's Matt Robbins with Quality First Insurance that brings you weather here at the bottom of the hour. If you're a renter looking for peace of mind or affordable insurance coverage, call Matt Robbins with Quality First Insurance at 752-0101. And I'm Will Feelright for KVNU News.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. ESPN is reporting fired University of Michigan coach Sharon Moore has been released on bond following his arraignment. He's facing 1 felony and 2 misdemeanor charges in a home invasion and stalking case. ABC's Olivia Rubin says the judge set strict conditions, including mental health treatment and no contact with the alleged victim, a former staffer.
Prosecutors laying out during this hearing what they say unfolded, which was essentially after the victim ended a relationship with Moore, that 2 days later he showed up to her house, gained access to the home, grabbed knives, grabbed a scissor, and essentially said that he was going to harm himself.
The Trump administration issuing an emergency declaration in Washington state due to the catastrophic flooding from days of heavy rain has triggered evacuations. After retiring in 2022, tennis legend Roger Federer announced he's making a comeback. He'll compete in the 2026 Australian Open in January.
You work before dawn and long past dusk. At Black Cliffs Equipment, we see that. That's why we bring you Massey Ferguson tractors. Right now, get 0% financing for up to 84 months on select tractor models. Plus, great offers on hay equipment. And when the work gets tough, our service team is here to help with genuine AGCO parts. As a way of saying thanks for all you do, mention this ad when you come in for a free gift. Black Cliffs Equipment, your Massey Ferguson dealer in Hyde Park.
Bringing Wall Street to Main Street. From your local experts in downtown Logan, this is the Adams Wealth Advisors Market Report.
From ABC News, Wall Street now. Tech stocks pulled markets lower with the S&P seeing its worst day in 3 weeks. The Dow lost 246 points. The Nasdaq sank 398 or 1.6%, and the S&P dropped 73. Broadcom tumbled 12%, even though the chip maker reported a stronger profit for the latest quarter than expected. That's because investors are worried about Broadcom's forecasts, including how much profit it can squeeze out of each dollar of revenue. Broadcom's loss comes one day after Oracle's plunge over worries about the company's AI spending. The biggest gain in the S&P came from Lululemon Athletica, which closed up 8% and reporting better profit and revenue than expected. The European Union has indefinitely frozen Russia's assets in Europe to ensure that the Moscow-friendly nations of Hungary and Slovakia can't stop financial support for Ukraine. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
That's your update from Adams Wealth Advisors, guiding your financial future one day at a time. For personalized help planning yours, reach out to us at 435-752-1702. See you soon, Cache Valley. Advisory services offered through Adams Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor. For important disclosures and more information, visit adamswealthadvisors.com.
Find out who's Northern Utah's Clark Griswold. Cache Valley Pharmacy and CacheValleyDaily.com have an interactive Christmas light and decorations map for you to download so that you can find the Valley's craziest Christmas light displays. The winner and their 2 closest neighbors each win a prize package courtesy of Cache Valley Pharmacy. To find the map, go to CacheValleyDaily.com. And to find out more about our sponsor, go to CacheValleyPharmacy.com. Redefining what personal wellness looks like.
Happy Friday, everybody. Oh, my gosh, what a great day to be spent here at the grand opening of Sam Patch Grocer and Sundries in Wellsville, 825 East Main. Oh, man, is this a great day. Not only is the weather fantastic, but we've got free food for you from now till 6 o'clock or until they run out. Burger Daddy food trucks providing free burgers and hot dogs to the first 1,000 social media followers. So find them on social media and follow them. And there you go. You got free food for you and your family tonight. Free picks with Santa Claus till 4:30. And we've got USU basketball players are here. 3 of them are waiting, and they're actually going to have a hoop here, and we'll do some shooting contest. You know, you versus some of them, some trick shot things, and even a mini hoop for the kids' dunk contest. You can win prizes and their autographs and so much more going on. You just don't want to miss this huge grand opening. They've got Chevron gas for you, and if you sign up, you get 25 cents off per gallon for the first 5 fill-ups. Isn't that amazing? For the first 5, you get 25 cents off per gallon. That's amazing. Giveaways, prizes, food sampling. We've got all sorts of activities going on, great deals throughout the entire store. Don't miss it. The grand opening of Sam Patch Grocer and Sundries in Wellsville right now at 825 East Main. We're here till 6 o'clock broadcasting live.
I'm sorry I'm here for someone else, but it's good to see your face. And I really hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. She was running late for dinner outside of town. Left the phone a little bitter, but it's cool for now. Far from perfect for each other, but we're working it out, I suppose. Now I'm waiting at the diner looking traumatized, 'cause you walk up to the table with an order of fries.
News for the People movie show. You heard that right. With Andy Morgan of AndyAtTheMovies.com. Hour 1 listeners, for those who can't listen to the whole show on Fridays, getting a special treat today with a little extra Andy Morgan.
Just a little treat. A tiny treat.
Yeah.
Like the tiny cookie I just gave
That
Jason.
was really good, by the way.
Shout out non-paid endorsement to Twisted Sugar.
What was it? Ginger something?
I don't know. Ginger Doodle. I thought it was a dog treat at first. So C minus on the naming, A plus on the taste.
Andy shared a cookie with me, which means by 5 o'clock when we actually get into the traditional For the People movie show hours, it's going to be like Beavis and Butthead.
Well, as you know,
talking about movies,
I'm still playing a little bit of catch up because of Andy's European vacation, which actually made me laugh because
the plague
and the plague. We'll talk about the plague. We'll actually talk about the plague because that is a movie that's coming out on Christmas that I will never get out of my brain ever.
I actually hadn't heard of this until when you texted earlier today to tell me what you're going to be reviewing. I looked it up and I had not heard of this.
Yeah.
And now I can't wait, kind of.
Yeah. I also...
It's an apprehensive can't wait, though.
Yeah.
When I saw a trailer for The Lighthouse, I felt a similar way. I'm thinking, I will probably really like that.
This makes The Lighthouse look like a Disney movie.
Really?
And I don't mean that in terms of content like, it's just, it's a naughty show. I don't mean it like that. I mean it in terms of like, there's just, you never have something in like the first bite. You're like, it's so good. Maybe like a ginger doodle cookie. And then, like 30 minutes later, you're like, oh my gosh.
Too much.
No, not saying too much. It's like the aftertaste is just like bitter. That's the plague. We'll talk about it a little bit more. It was difficult. It was a difficult watch. It has a lot to do with bullying.
Now this kind of like my first thought was, this is kind of some low budget independent, art house cinema kind of thing. But it's got Kenny Rasmussen, Joel Edgerton. It was written and directed by Charlie Pollinger. I think I'm saying his name right. And he's done some big stuff before. How did this come to be? Do you know?
That's a great question. I actually hadn't even heard of this movie.
I hadn't heard a word.
And then one of my fellow film brethren in the Utah Film Critics Association, Scott Renshaw, he writes for the City Weekly. Scott brought this up in our kind of group chat where we talk about like, hey, what's everybody watching? Is there anything that we need to see, like as we're going into the awards that maybe I haven't heard of that I should watch? And Scott was like, hey, guys,
Oh,
I don't know if you've seen this, but there is a movie called The Plague, and he talked about he talked about how this just stayed with him. And the thing is it's I don't know, it reminded me in some regards of like The Substance, because I will say this has a little bit of body horror in it, very tame considering,
not like
not up against
to
this
be more.
Yeah, not quite to that extreme.
Okay,
but it's enough that there's a few times where you're like, this, I'm uncomfortable. Like not, and it's it's teens, but it's there's movies in like that kind of youth, that are timeless. That it doesn't matter if it was a movie that was made in 1980. If you watch it in 2025. It still resonates for how the experience of being, and this is being a teenager,
like Clueless.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of what you're.
This is that adolescent period where you're like, you're not quite in high school, you're not quite done. It's like that sort of 11 to 12-year-old boy range, and it's like you're not. I remember this deeply. This was probably this would be like me in 6th grade, where it's like your feelings are gravitating towards being in middle school, but you're still kind of in that sort of elementary school mindset.
Okay.
And so you've got a bunch of kids in a water polo camp that's like a summer camp. They don't ever say when it is. They don't ever say how long it is. A couple of the kids are there longer than the camp because their dads paid twice, almost like just keep my kid.
Just keep them for
keep
the
my
summer,
kid, yeah.
please.
And you can see like there's a very diverse crowd. One of the kids, you kind of get the gist that like he's kind of coming from a family with money, Ivy League, and it's just the movie centers around this group of boys.
And one boy that's being bullied. Is that kind of...
Well, there's a boy named Julian in the movie, and he's got some kind of rash. They never ever talk about like where it came from, how he got it. Like,
okay.
It's kind of left mysterious, but he's, it could be that he's just a boy, and boys get that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's on his back and his side, and so these kids they tell him he has the plague, and just like, how mean boys can be, he comes to sit down by him by lunch, and they all stand up and leave.
Oh, okay.
And he's kind of left, and he's a different kid, but he's he kind of dances to his own drum, literally, and doesn't really have a problem with it until, and then there's another boy, who is I believe I want to say it's Ben, is his name, and he's pretty awkward. You can identify yourself with him. He really wants to be part of the group, but also, he feels
He's
a lot
feeling bad for
he feels bad for this kid,
bullied.
Yeah, Julian, and then not to give anything away, but it kind of
spirals from there.
Yeah, I don't know if spirals, but there is one kid.
The trailer is uncomfortable.
Yeah, and it was shot in Romania, doubling for someplace in northeast. The United States. It was shot on.
Why is that? Just like with it
happens a lot.
Super cheap or something.
Yeah, this thing where people are like here's the thing, like, and this is something you'll see more of. You're going to see more and more more movies shot outside of the United States, like it used to be.
Yeah.
There was a time where like Georgia, Utah, a lot of places would give like heavy tax incentives
because everyone was going over to France,
and then they're not doing
Germany,
that.
Yeah.
So now people like I think it was, I can't remember who was talking about. It might have been the guys doing the Avengers movies, that they said it's actually cheaper for us to fly the whole crew to England and film it there than it is to try to make this in the States. So yeah, so it's Romania, but
it looks like it's basically just a swimming pool.
A lot of the movies and that, but it's, again, locker room, cafeteria, dorms, that kind of thing. Anyone that's been to any kind of sports or any type of camp for anything, will feel this vibe. But there's a lot of things coming in terms of like, this has already won quite a bit of like regional awards.
That's why I was kind of surprised I hadn't heard of it, because it had actually placed top audience favorite and critic favorite at some big film festivals.
Yeah,
previous to
and
hitting the streaming.
The kid that really kind of stands out in this in a bad way is this kid K.O. Martin is his name, and he plays Jake, and Jake's kind of the lead bully.
There's always a lead bully.
Yeah, and he's just and the way he does it, and I don't know if this is again Jake's performance or if it's the way that the script is kind of written, but Jake is just so deadpan, like you can never tell. You know what I mean? Like the way he like sort of absolves himself of any guilt, or maybe not even guilt, of any blame, is just, it's almost like serial killer-esque in some regards. Like it's just so cold. That's what really resonates with the movie, is how cold Jake is and how it just ripples. You know what I mean? He just has no conscience.
That is
at all.
What surprised me about this is I knew of Charlie. Again, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but I think it's Pollinger, I guess it'd be maybe Pollinger. Anyway, I'd heard of him before because he's known. So I'd only seen some shorts that he'd done, but he's known for really witty comedic shorts that have won awards at lots of festivals.
This goes to this trend.
This seems really out of character.
Well, but this is this trend, though.
2 years ago, he had a short at Sundance called Not Gay, and it was one of the funniest 20 minutes. It's basically about these two very macho, athletic college students that are roommates, and they have to go grocery shopping together.
Yeah.
And the efforts they go to getting ready to go grocery shopping, and coming home and putting the groceries away to not be perceived as a couple. And it's hilarious. And it's good. It's good natured. It's not mean. And then this one looks like,
well, he's
Stephen King's It.
No, it's very much
without the monster.
When Joel Edgerton, who produces this, and has a small role in it, when he
plays the coach, is that?
Yeah, he's kind of the head of the water polo stuff. He compared it to like The Shining, Full Metal Jacket, like those type of things.
It has that vibe.
Yeah, but I will say this again. This is a thing that's happening these days. You see it with weapons and
that's right. There was another director that kind of went
see
in
it
a whole
with
different
Jordan
direction.
Peele.
Yeah,
going from Key and Peele to now, Us and Get Out, and
his movies keep getting creepier.
Yeah,
and creepier
right.
And creepier.
Yeah, Nope. I mean, it's just so I don't know, and as well as I do, because you're a Stephen King fan. Stephen King's kind of that way. Like you could see Stephen King being a stand-up comic. He really could. He's a funny guy.
His little cameo in It.
Mm-hmm.
I think he doesn't show up until It Part 2.
Yeah.
But he plays an antique shop owner.
Right.
And it is honestly one of the funniest scenes in the movie.
No, I can tell you.
You want me to sign it? Nope. Didn't like the ending.
I can tell you right now that as we head into, my ballot is due in about a week. I would say that The Plague is probably in there for me for best original screenplay.
Okay.
Probably best cinematography. Again, to me, using 35 millimeter film is like almost art at this point, because just people don't do it. Everyone does things digital,
and it's far easier to do things digital.
And then I honestly probably would put K.O. Martin as either. I haven't decided if he's a supporting character or if he's a main character. I would probably put him as supporting. But yeah, that's probably the three areas that I've seen it.
It's described by Elle as a disturbing probe into the existential dread of adolescence.
Well, and here's the other thing. That's
ominous.
People like to talk about this like anytime at the Cannes Film Festival, and they're like, it had an 11-minute standing ovation. And I'm like,
well,
yeah, I mean, I can think of other movies that had, I think, what was the one that was just terrible? It got an 11-minute standing ovation. It was one of the ones at the beginning of the summer, and everyone was like, oh, that must mean it's good. And then everyone was like, boo, I think it was Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny or something.
One year, the group that I often go to the film festival with, we decided to roll the dice, and we bought tickets to the award winners. You can, for those not familiar, at the start of the film festival, you can buy these ticket packages, and there's one you can buy. It's pretty cheap actually, and you just get a ticket to all of the awards screenings on the last day of the festival.
Yeah,
and we thought, oh, that'll be fun, and so we went to the one that was like the big winner for the not the audience choice, but like the judges panel choice, their favorite one. I almost walked out. I was so mad, both at how horrible it was, but also that it was the one that the panel. Anyway, we got to take our last break. But quickly, where can people see this? It sounds like it hits theaters limited run December 24th.
This will be one that'll roll out more after the first of the year.
Okay,
and then again, I'm just going to tell you, if you can't see it nearby, just wait. This will be one that you could probably get on Amazon for probably $3 or $4.
Okay.
So just hang on tight, but put this on your list. It's a good one. I gave it an A. It's a hard A because it's like, to me, like Schindler's List. Like, I'm not going to be like, hey, everybody, who wants to pop popcorn and watch this next Sunday?
This will be fun.
It'll be good. What a clever little silly show.
Whole family together. No, but I mean, it looks like a really good movie. Joel Edgerton's always good, and he's acting and producing in this one. And The Plague. I've linked to the official trailer on our Facebook page if you want to see it. And we'll be back with more of Andy Morgan and an early start to the movie show this week, right after this.
We're here with Chuck, founder of Dollar Loan Center. You always tell me it's worth the drive. What do you mean by that?
We charge so much less than payday or title lenders, and unlike banks, we actually lend money. Our locations are really nice, Craig. No bulletproof glass, plastic furniture joints. They're like the banks used to be. Clean, fun, great tunes on, and real live staff who love to help. And if you don't want to stop in, you can complete your whole application on your couch via your fancy smartphone. But we sure would like to meet you in person and tell you all about Dollar Loan Center and how we can help you get more money for less money.
DLC lends up to $5,000 in minutes, and you can get your cash in person at one of our 70 locations, on our website, don'tbebroke.com, or even over the phone with one of our helpful, real staff members. You're gonna love Dollar Loan Center.
License by the Utah Department of Financial Institutions. Subject to approval. Limitations may apply. See website for details.
Hey business owners, are you frustrated with your workers' comp rates? This is Matt Robbins with Quality First Insurance. As an independent auto owners agency, we work with multiple carriers and will give you options. Our experienced agents are ready to answer your questions and help you navigate these options. Let us help you find the workers' comp policy that's right for your business. Call us today, 435-752-0101.
Once again, we are here for the grand opening of Sam Patch Grocer and Sundries in Wellsville for the big day event. Mike, you've really gone out. We've got like burgers for the first 1,000 people, and we got USU basketball players here.
Yeah, we got a few USU basketball players here. They'll be out signing some autographs. I think they've got basketballs out there that they'll be doing. And then also one thing I just wanted to mention is come get your 91 ethanol-free octane Chevron fuel out there at the Chevron pumps. That's really hard to find in Cache Valley, but it works out perfect for all those snowmobilers, all the side-by-sides, four-wheelers. Even put it in my my mowers and everything that they're ethanol-free. So,
well, that's awesome. Plus, you got food sampling on top of just the free burgers too.
Yes, we have our Sam Patch homemade salsa here, made by wonderful gal Carol in our produce department over there. They've got that. We've got all sorts of sampling in our deli for donuts, cookies, you name it. Come and sample a little bit everything that we've got here in the grocery store.
You've basically made this a very family-friendly event, which is really important. So I want to highly encourage everyone, come by and see us for this grand opening. It's underway right now, 8/25, and that's East Main here in Wellsville for the grand opening of Sam Patch Grocer and Sundries. And we are here till 6 o'clock broadcasting live.
back to KVNU's For the People movie show with Andy Morgan of AndyAtTheMovies.com joining us here in the studio a bit early. And we got a minute and a half in hour one. What do you want to tease everybody on hour two? I know you.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it. I know one thing you're going to talk about in hour two and what you're going to say, and I don't want to spoil that. But
yeah, I'm going to roast a movie that everyone probably loves.
A particular favorite in theaters right now, even.
I may defy gravity while I do it. Spoil, hint, hint.
These are my favorite movie shows. When you buck the popular trends.
Because Andy doesn't usually get grouchy about movies.
No, I mean usually you're very forgiving and you tend to agree with the masses to a large extent.
No, and then the other one I need to give some props to again. Catching up is. We'll talk a little bit about one battle after another, and then what's coming, because there's a lot coming, and we'll talk a little bit about what everyone's buzzing about awards-wise as well.
There's some good stuff coming up.
Yeah, F1 is also streaming this weekend for the first time.
Did you see that already?
I love F1 is one of my favorite movies.
Really?
Of the year. Yeah.
I missed. That's one I missed. I plan to watch that on the streaming services this weekend.
Do it.
All right. The For the People movie show with Andy Morgan of AndyAtTheMovies.com continues on the other side of this quick break here on KVNU Logan.